this is the Chinese New Year season, so happy Chinese New Year to all those who are celebrating, and for those who are not celebrating, happy holidays. Now, during this period, most of us will be on the road. So a word of advice, if you don't have to travel, don't travel, yeah? But if you have to travel, fine. There are some things you should be aware of before you start. And first of all, during the festive season, there are going to be very few mechanics who are opening shop, yeah? And if you're traveling outstation, you may not be familiar with the place, so it's going to be quite difficult finding a mechanic. And you don't want to be looking for a mechanic with your wife and children, in the car, very hot, yeah? So check your car for roadworthiness, yeah? If you can, do the wheel alignment, check your brakes and your tires. Make sure your tires are fairly new, because if it is the rainy season, your tires with less tread will have less grip on the road. So that is a potential danger. Okay, and of course during Chinese New Year it's usually a hot period, but sometimes you can get torrential rains, and if you have not enough tread, there is the risk of aquaplaning. So other than the tires and brakes, which are very important, you should also check your engine. And of course, basic things like engine oil level, your radiator level, and if you find your radiator has got some rust marks in it, there's a good chance the inside of the radiator is clogged, so you should get it cleaned up. And when you check your tire pressure, don't forget to check the spare tire and make sure it's got air, and make sure it's not punctured, and make sure that it is not cracked, yeah? Because sometimes you keep a spare tire in the boot for 5-6 years, and then you will have problems because the rubber is cracked. And yeah, and one more thing, the aircon is one of the most important things in the car, especially in Malaysia, because of the hot weather. You don't want your loved ones to be suffering in the hot sun because your aircon broke, yeah? Remember, happy wife, happy life. And your kids won't ask you so much, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Because it's so hot in the car. Are we there yet? It's so hot. Yeah, okay. So whilst on the road, please keep it safe, because there are many once-a-year drivers, and these are the people who will be the ones that make mistakes. You must be very careful of these drivers. You can go on the federal highway, you can go on the north-south highway. It's clear for 300-400 kilometers, but somehow you end up with standstill jams on the highway, and I can't understand. But I'll tell you why. It's because people are driving very, very slow on the right-hand lane, and then they overtake very, very slowly, and after they overtake, they forgot that they have to come back to the left-hand lane. So as responsible road users, try to keep the right-hand lane clear, so that you allow cars that are going faster to overtake. Just because you're driving at a regulation speed doesn't give you the right to stay on the right-hand lane. If you find people are overtaking you on the left, that means you are hogging a lane. If you find a long line of cars behind you and you're the one in the front that's holding them back, yes, you are that idiot in the front of the long line of cars, because there's a saying, in every long line of cars, there's always one idiot at the front hogging the lane. So don't be one of those. The other one point you can look at is, if you're approaching an exit ramp, please get to the left lane and line up. Do not try to make a second line or a third line. So I remember there are many intersections, or rather the off-ramps on the highway, and usually there are jams there. You know why? Because there are idiots making a second line, third line, and they encroach across the whole road. So those people who are going straight cannot even get past, and so you get a big jam. Okay, so at the Ipoh exit 138, you can have the jam going right up all the way to Gua Tempurung. You know why? Because of idiots who actually hog the lane and try to cut in. So these are the people who try to go faster by cutting lane, and then they affect everybody else. And when you are pumping fuel, don't wait until you are down to the last 10 kilometers. Yeah. So anytime you find a station that looks empty, go in, because the place that you want to refuel is probably the place where everybody else wants to refuel when the tanks are empty. So make sure you have a lot of fuel in your car in case you get stuck in a 4-hour jam or 5-hour jam. And if you are sleepy, take a rest. Stop and take a 15-minute nap. It helps a lot. Or if you are traveling and you can find a drive partner, one who can drive the car safely, then you can stop and rest for a while. So do not exert yourself, because when you are tired, you can micro sleep. Yeah, and when you micro sleep, that's when things happen. So everybody, thanks for watching this video, and please do your bit to make driving safe for everybody else. And so be safe, enjoy your holidays, and keep on watching our videos after this. Thanks very much, and bye.